Today, we are diving deep into the wisdom of an ancient Zen master named Sosan. Now, we actually know very little about his life, but his words are pure gold. They have this incredible power to completely transform how we see the world, and maybe more importantly, how we see our own minds.
So let's just jump right in with Susan's core diagnosis. Get this. He says that constant struggle in our heads, the I like this, I don't like that game we play all day long. He doesn't just call it a bad habit. He calls it a disease of the mind. It's a pretty radical idea, right? That the very act of choosing good over bad is the actual source of all our suffering.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. We spend so much time and energy trying to fix our lives, make the right choices, avoid the wrong ones. We get this constant decision fatigue. But what if the problem isn't out there in the world at all? What if all that anxiety, all that stress, is being generated by this little machine inside our heads that's just been running on autopilot our entire lives?
Okay, first up, let's really unpack Sopersen's foundational concept, what he calls the disease of the mind.
So here's the crucial point. The disease isn't about making the wrong choice. The disease is the act of choosing itself. Think about it. Every single time you label something as good, you automatically, in that same breath, create its opposite, bad. This constant division literally creates a battlefield inside your own head. And this has a huge consequence, one we see everywhere in our world today. You can't be for one thing without immediately being against something else. When you choose one political side, you create an enemy. When you choose one way of life, you start judging another. You're basically trapping yourself in this endless cycle where every preference just creates a new conflict.
So if we want to find the cure, we really need to understand the root of this division. So next, we're going to explore how this disease creates a world divided by looking at two totally different ways of seeing reality itself.
Okay. This slide is huge. It really gets to the heart of the matter. On one side, you've got this Aristotelian logic, which is the foundation of most of Western thought. It's simple. Things are separate. A is A. Life is a straight line from birth to death. But on the other side, you have Sosan's view. Opposites are not separate at all. They're two sides of the same coin. Life isn't a line, it's a circle.
Just think of the yin and yang symbol for a second. The white part has a little dot of black, and the black part has a little dot of white. They're not fighting. They're flowing into each other. It's a rhythm, a dance. Love contains the seed of hate. Life contains the seed of death. And one actually enriches the other. To demand only one half is to completely misunderstand how the whole thing works.
And this little story about Mullah Nasruddin, it's just a fantastic and kind of funny look at a mind that's totally trapped by its own rules. The judge tells him, "You're free, you can go home." And his mind, which is so used to choosing between options, just creates a problem out of thin air. Which home? You see? The real prison wasn't the courthouse. The prison was his own habit of dividing everything up. So if the disease is choosing, the cure has to be something completely counterintuitive. It's not about learning to choose better. No, it's something way more radical than that. And here it is. This is the absolute heart of Sosan's wisdom. The only way to actually heal the mind is to let go of the mechanism of preference altogether. True peace isn't found in finally picking the right path. It's found when you drop the need to pick a path at all. This state of being has a name. It's called suchness, or tethata. It's this profound ability to see things just as they are without layering our likes and dislikes on top of them. A wall is just a wall. A door is a door. Your wife is leaving? That is the suchness of this moment. Death is coming? That is its suchness. And this isn't about helplessness. It's an acceptance that comes from a really deep understanding. But okay, how in the world do you actually get there? And here's the paradox. You can't force yourself to be choiceless. The very effort to stop choosing is itself a choice. It's exactly like trying to force yourself to fall asleep. The trying is the very thing that keeps you wide awake. This analogy of breathing just makes it all crystal clear. Life is a complete cycle, right? Breathing in and breathing out. Now, imagine you decided to only breathe in because, hey, breath is life. You would die immediately. It's the same with our minds. To try and accept only love or only success without their opposites creates this impossible tension
that will eventually just suffocate you.
So if we can't force it, what can we do? Well, Sozin offers a simple but incredibly powerful tool. It's not a method to achieve something, but more of a reminder of a truth that's already there.
That's it. 2 simple words. And this isn't some magic spell. It's a conscious practice. It's about dissolving that illusion of division the very moment your mind tries to create it. So whenever you feel that strong pull of preference, that flush of love, the sting of hate, the grip of fear, you just gently bring this reminder into your awareness. You consciously acknowledge that these are not 2 separate opposing forces. They are one energy. Love and hate, not 2. Life and death, not 2.
So what does it actually feel like to live with a mind that's been cured of this disease? Sozin describes it not as some grand achievement, but actually as a return to our natural state.
Sozin describes this state as being like vast space. A mind that is stopped choosing becomes open, boundless. There's no conflict in it. And in that space, you start to see that nothing is lacking. That constant nagging search for something more, that need to improve or fix things, it just dissolves.
And at the same time, you realize nothing is in excess. Everything, the anger, the joy, the chaos, the peace, it all belongs. It's all part of this perfectly balanced whole.
Sozin goes even further. He says that in this state of true awareness, even our concepts of time disappear. And why is that? Because yesterday, tomorrow, even today are just mental labels. They're products of a mind that loves to divide things up. When the mind is truly still, there's only eternity.
And this brings us to Sozin's ultimate instruction. The truth isn't something you find after a long, hard search. The search itself is the problem, because it's driven by that opinionated mind. The real work is to simply and gently let go of our opinions, our preferences, our judgments.
So let's just end with this thought. We invest so much of our energy in being right, in having the correct opinion, whether it's online or in our daily lives. But what if all of that effort is the very thing blocking our path to peace? What if true clarity isn't about finding all the right answers, but about finally letting go of the need to ask the questions?